Hey everyone, it's Skylar. Welcome back to my channel, and we're on to day 2 of 31 Days of November challenge month, which obviously you guys, if you've already watched the first one, you know it's based on movies from the 1970s. So today's subtopic is a movie from 1971, and I've actually chosen a completely different movie altogether from like a Charles Bronson movie, and the movie is actually called Summer Tree. It's directed by Anthony Newley, produced by Kirk, screenplay by Edward Hume, based on the play Summer Tree by Ron Cowan, and starring Michael Douglas and Jack Warden, just to name two of the actors. Music by David Shire, cinematography by Richard C. Glauner, edited by Maury Weintraub. The release date for this movie was the 6th of June 1971, just to clarify. See, you have to get to know the facts. So movie starts off with a man coming back home on the back of a motorcycle and enters the home, walks around and watches the TV, then calls his mum and goes in the back garden and looks for her, and the person that goes in the house, his character name's called Jerry. So then Jerry is sitting up in his treehouse playing his guitar, and his dad comes out and talks to him and tells his son to come down and sees him and talk some more, and they hug each other, and his dad goes inside and Jerry follows him inside and has a beer and talks some more. Then his mum walks in, and his mum is made up to see Jerry, talks to them both and then walks off. Then over dinner they talk about Jerry's sociology course, and Jerry admits to not working well and being home is much more simpler, and talk some more, and his mum says that she misses Jerry lots, and then they start to watch some TV. Then back at school, Jerry wants to enroll in chemistry, and the next thing you see is Jerry is in a schoolyard calling out Marvis, where are you? Marvis Johnson. And the lad runs away and then catches up with him, the boy in the boys' bathroom, and they talk, and Marvis asks Jerry for 25 cents, which Jerry gives him and runs away. Then Jerry is back at the apartment dorm, talks to his friend, walks out to the door and catches up to Marvis and talks to him, but Marvis would rather skate away. Then they play American football, and runs away with the ball and throws it at Jerry's head and runs after him and makes him fall over, takes him to the nurse room in the hospital and gets his knee sorted and gives him a needle on his arm, and he's on his way and leaves. Then Jerry leaves with Marvis and talk to him about the nurse, and takes him home, gives him the ball, and Marvis, that's his name, Marvis. And Marvis gives him the 25 cents back and goes inside. Then Jerry talks to the nurse and starts singing to her, and takes her to her home and gives her a rose, says good night and leaves, but is by her window, plays his guitar, and she opens the window and smiles at him. And he continues to play his guitar and then asks her to come on down, so she does and runs with her to the cemetery and stands around the grave and talks some more. Then the next day, Jerry is sitting on the stairs talking to Marvis while playing on his guitar, then walks away by the train tracks, and they get an ice cream together, and they talk more about Marvis's brother, who's in the army, and walks off. Back at school, Jerry is in class and starts to learn. Then in the afternoon, he's enjoying a picnic with the nurse and talks about her profession and finds her attractive. Then tells her that he hopes that she likes him, and then it goes quiet and she says that she isn't going anywhere and tells him she knows a great place where they can go. Pack up their picnic and leaves, goes to her apartment, hold each other, and she kisses him on his neck and hugs a lot. Then they began to kiss each other. Then they start to make love on her bed, and after a while they stop, talk and kiss some more, and then plays a song for her and tells her that he loves her and kisses some more. Then they take the bus, she takes the bus, she goes to see her parents as it's the Christmas time, and then he goes and sees his mum and dad for Christmas, and they're made up to see them and talk about family while decorate the Christmas tree. Then the mum tells his father that Jerry has a girlfriend and starts to blush, and then tells all by showing pictures of his girlfriend to his mum and dad. Writes her a letter and tells them that she's a nurse and that they watch the TV together. Him, the mum and the dad, they watch the TV together over eating their dinner and talk some more. Then the mum clears the plates away and talks about his guitar and that he wants to play some music and that it makes him happy. Yet his father walks away. Then Jerry sits in his tree and looks at the photo, and his mum calls him to come inside the house, and she tells him to play his guitar and wishes him a Merry Christmas and walks back into the house. Then Jerry and his dad go shooting at the lake and talk about music school, which Jerry is going to enroll at. And then his dad talks to Jerry some more and catches some ducks and geese and all that malarkey. And then they both drive back home, and Jerry asks to come back early. Then Jerry's on the bus back and goes to Vanetta's apartment, she's the nurse, and decorates the apartment ready for her to come back. Marvis helps him but falls asleep, and Jerry covers him up so he doesn't disturb him. Then Jerry watches TV and reads a book, then falls asleep. Then Vanetta comes home, smells the flowers and sees Marvis sleeping on the couch, looks at him and turns around, shouts Jerry and goes into the bedroom. Turns off the TV and goes to Jerry to try and wake him up. They hold each other and kiss a lot, then talk some more and ask where she was at midnight. And she basically replies that she was on a bus coming back. Then he asks about Tony and she tells him that they both separated and have been for 2 years and hates him lots. And Jerry says that he's moving in with her, so they kiss. And Jerry runs to college to start his new music classes. Then they shout Jerry's name to come on the stage and he starts to play his guitar. And they talk some more and then leaves the stage and talks to a guy about a job. He gets to play 5 nights a week at a coffee shop. And Vanetta hears him play. Then Vanetta gets a knock on the door and Jerry's dad comes to visit him. And then they talk some more and tells him that he has a job now. And then they talk some more and then his dad leaves. But before he leaves, he tells his dad everything, about his life and Vanetta and stuff like that, and then walks away. Then Jerry goes to the music school and talks to Professor and walks back to Vanetta and shakes his head to her. Then he continues to play music at the coffee shop and talks to some friends and tells them that he's not going into the army. Then Jerry and Vanetta watch the TV about the army and then they talk some more and hold each other and ask Vanetta if she will join him in Canada. Then Jerry goes and finds Marvis, but he isn't home, as he found out that Ray, his older brother who was in the army, has just passed away. Finds him and goes to talk to him and tells him that it's okay. And like, then Marvis, like, he punches him and he gets upset, and then he walks away. Then Jerry talks to someone to try and get out of being in the army, but it's no luck. Then back at Vanetta's place, there's a knock at the door, and it's Vanetta's husband, Tony, and they talk to each other. Then Vanessa comes back home and sees Tony, and Jerry walks away and leaves her Brit so Vanetta and Tony can talk. So Jerry goes and buys a car, goes back to Vanetta's place to get a box, and Jerry and Vanetta talk some more, but Vanetta needs some more time as she's a little bit confused. Then Jerry continues to pack his things, and Vanetta says she's going to get a divorce and wait for Jerry. Then Jerry drives off, but first he's gone to his mum's and dad's house and sees his tree house and talks to his mum and dad, and that he's going to Canada to get out of the army. They start to argue. Jerry says goodbye and that he's sorry, but instead they talk over coffee, and the mum tells them that her father done the same thing. So Jerry drives off and stops at the petrol station, and his dad tells him to fill like the tank and puts new tyres on to give him a spare tyre. So they do that, and Jerry looks on while they do that. Jerry asks for the maps in the office, but Jerry is getting tricked by his dad and drives off, but crashes the car, and his dad looks up at the tree house, and his mum and dad talk some more, like that later on. And they both hug and walk back into the house together. Then the mum and dad are in the bed watching TV and reading, then talking to each other, and then they like kiss, hug, whatever they need to do, and then they sort of like go asleep. And then right at the end of the film, you see on the telly, you see Jerry being carried away as he's being injured. So he ended up going into the army after all. So my thoughts on this do you know what? It's one of them ones that was quite good, and the fact that his father, Kirk Douglas, was in the film, you saw a realistic chemistry between father and son, even though like in the acting terms it was like they played the father and son, but it felt more realistic because they are actually father and son in real life. And the one that played his mother, she was astonishing. She was like really gritty, like she took to the part really well. And I like Marvis, little Marvis. He was a little cheeky bugger. Sorry for my language, but that's what it was. Some of the dialect between Marvis and Jerry, who played by Michael Douglas, their dialect to each other was crazy. It was F this, F that, that. And it was like backwards and forwards, like who was the best at swearing at each other. It was honestly, it was a great acting part. I know it's one of Michael Douglas's earlier roles, but that part sort of like suited him down to the ground, and I really, to be honest, I did enjoy watching it, and I am a fan of Kirk Douglas anyway, so when he was in Tough Guys, but that's another, I've actually done a review on that as well, years and years ago. But anyway, enough about that. I really liked the film so much. I like the whole part where like he's in college but he's undecided what to do, and then in the end he does go into the army. That's like, sorry that I've sort of spoiled the film for you, but in this review I've had to give it a few spoilers to give you what it is on the film. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review, and just to give you a quick insight for tomorrow's review, I'm doing 1972, and my first initial thought was going to be, I'll just tell you now, I was actually going to do The Last House on the Left, but one slight problem. My DVD, my special edition DVD, is in storage, so I can't get access to it, and then I tried to get access through it on my Kodi box and I couldn't get access to it, so I'm actually going to be doing a different film. So yep, and I hope you'd enjoy what I'm going to do. And please go to Laurie's channel, where she's going to be doing something Disney related. I can't wait to see what she does, because I'll be honest with you right now, right? Laurie thinks she can't do reviews, but she smashed her first review right out the park. If you're playing a baseball game, she basically hit a home run with her first ever review. And she says that she doesn't think she can do reviews. I thought that was bloody well fantastic what she done. So anyway, rating out of 10 for this before I end it. And yeah, go to Laurie Holt's channel and watch her review. The rating out of this, I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. I really did enjoy the review that I've done, but the film could have been just a slightly little bit better. That's all I can say in parts. I think there should have been more dialect and more between Marvis and Jerry, and done more to do with this Big Brother programme. That's my only fault, and they should have shown him actually going into the army, just instead of just showing him in that television screen and being carted off. It's the only thing that could have been improved on, but other than that, it was an enjoyable film. I will watch it again. So yep, hope you enjoyed the review. See you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's review, so stay gory, have unpleasant dreams, and I will see you tomorrow. Ta-ta for now, bye.